very much for tuning back in. My name is Fonny. In my channel, I talk about my houseplant and my Hoyas. In today's video, I want to show you something a little bit different, and it is a series that I'm thinking maybe you will be interested to watch a little bit more, which is the top 10 favorite Hoya for the month series. I have watched a couple of different videos from different YouTubers. Most of them I watched from Amy, Wolfgang's mama. I think she has a really nice collection of Hoyas. At the same time, I learned something from each time when she posted this type of video. So I think I would like to try to do something similar. And also in this video, I not only want to just show you the Hoya, how they look like, but also I want to share a bit of my condition that I provide to them, so then you will have a little bit more information of how to keep the Hoya. Obviously everyone have different kind of condition, and this is one of the examples that I can provide to you, and hopefully you can get something out of this video. A little bit of side note in this video, I just realized that the Hoyas that I have selected, most of them are variegated Hoyas. The reason is because now is spring, summer season. The intense sunlight that is provided from the nature really intensify the coloring of the variegated Hoya leaves. If you are not familiar with variegated Hoya leaves, just a little bit of high-level background is that variegated leaf normally will react more with the level of sunlight or level of grow light that you provide. In other words, if you provide more light, the variegation part will be more intense. The reason is because it has enough light to provide food for the plant, which means that it doesn't need as much green to produce chlorophyll for the plant itself. That's the reason why the higher light you provide them, the more variegation you will get. On the other side, the less light that you provide to the plant, the less variegation it will have, because it needs more green to produce chlorophyll to make food for the plant itself. I'm no expert on explaining science, but just from the observation I have for my plant, I recognize that the more light that I provide, the better variegation I obtained. You will see more in the close-up shot in this video later on, so stay tuned for that. If you are interested in this type of top 10 series, please give me a like and also comment down below if you have specific Hoya or specific idea that you would like me to try on. I would really appreciate that. Well, without any further ado, let's have a close-up look. I'm going to show you the one that I don't want to move, the one over here. The reason is because there is a peduncle forming and it is going to open up soon. So you will see this one in the next Hoya Bloom series. But here, let's take a look at the foliage. This one here, can you guess? It is Hoya Walliniana. This one become my top 10 favorite for the month is because of the intense coloring. Particularly these ones. It just looks like red lipstick. For Walliniana, I think it's very interesting. In order to get this very deep red color, it needs to grow out its new leaf from a very high light condition, which means that these leaves you see over here, it grows in the condition, you can see now it's super sunny, almost hitting summertime, and because of the constant high light condition, it grows from a small leaf, and the small leaf itself is already really red. However, you can see these ones closer to me. These ones are grown earlier than those leaves, which means that at that time it's still the beginning of spring. It doesn't have as intense light. That makes the leaf grown in a slightly lower light condition, and it has this kind of yellowish red color. Well, I've checked because I thought maybe this one is going to drop off soon, but no, it is actually really healthy. If you look into the connection with the stem here. It is only the color that I get from this light condition. This one over here is NS05055. Look at the colors. This is a really beautiful pinkish red color, and the growth rate is also extremely fast. If you remember this one, I imported from ASEAN Plant Export, and at the time when I show you the growth update, I already see a very significant growth after just a couple of weeks of import. But now, if you can see clearly, the colors are just mesmerizing. And with regard to the growth tip, this one I placed it in my Millsbow cabinet. However, as I explained, it shouldn't be a very difficult one if you want to keep it outside of the cabinet. And if you look closer to the leaf shape, it is like pointy on the end, but it started with red on the edge, and after the intense light has been continued, the entire leaf will turn into reddish pink color. So this one, I would say, it is not difficult to keep, but it will be very rewarding for you to just keep this one. A very, very pretty one. The another of my top 10 favorite is this one over here. If you can tell the name, this one is Hoya Heuschkeliana Variegated. It has this amazing color that combines with pink, green, and also light green. This one I placed it right outside of my south-facing window, and you see that the coloration here is very intense. Those very intense color is very likely because of the high intensity of constant highlight over the day. I would say the sunlight started from maybe 6 a.m. in the morning all the way until 9 p.m. at the moment. The reason why it become my top 10 favorite, it's not difficult to understand. If you look into the coloration, it's so different for each of them, but at the same time, it is so similar in the shape of the leaf, which gives you a very structured look, but at the same time, very pretty when it comes to the size. It's a very cute, yet very colorful one. This one over here is not difficult to understand why it comes to the top 10 favorite for the month. This here is Hoya Walliniana Variegated. If you take a closer look of the shape, it almost has that kind of turtle shape of the pattern, but at the same time, it has very different layers of color. It's not the same as Heuschkeliana Variegated, but this one has a very special pattern on the leaf shape itself. And because I provided highlight constantly throughout the day, I placed this one in my Millsbow cabinet, which has light from 7 a.m. in the morning until 9 p.m. at night. And because of the intense grow light, it has grown mostly variegated leaves. And if you see this one here, I would say this leaf over here, it almost gives me the vibe of variegated lacunosa, which is a very expensive and very difficult to find Hoya at the moment. And this one as well. This leaf shape is a little bit more elongated compared to the larger one over here. So I'll just say it's a combination of lacunosa, variegated leaf, and also the larger one, the Walliniana Variegated. Just mesmerizing. Look at the leaves. It's really, really pretty. I figured out it could be helpful for you if you want to see the difference between Hoya Walliniana variegated and Heuschkeliana variegated. It looks very different actually if you compare it side by side. For the leaf shape itself, for Walliniana, you can see that the leaf shape is much more pointy and elongated, and for Heuschkeliana it's more rounded in the leaf shape. But I would say the color combination is quite similar if you take a look at these two side by side. But regardless, these two has made to my top 10 favorite for this month. The another one over here is a very recent purchase, if you remember where and when I got it from. This one is the inner variegated Bella that I just got it from a cutting. But as you can see, also in my growth update video, this one is one of the fastest grower, and it made to my top 10 favorite Hoya for the month because of the fast growing nature and also the coloration. If you look into the coloring, it has inner variegation, which means that it started the yellow, or I would say white color in the middle, and because I kept it in the Millspo cabinet, it has constant grow light exposure that allows it to have very sun stressed condition. Well, rather saying sun stressed would be very high variegation, and you can see that in the top over here there's a bunch of leaf that is coming out. It is very interesting for Hoya Bella in a variegation and growth, because you can see that it starts off pretty reddish color as new leaf, and then slowly it will emerge into the normal variegated leaf color. It is just very pretty Hoya. This one over here is also a recent purchase. If you remember the cutting purchase. This one here is Hoya Burtoniae in a variegation. This one, I think it's very special because when I receive the Hoya, you see this one. Most of them are the original leaves. It has relatively darker green shade, I would say, but you can see the inner variegation. However, for the new leaves that grown from under my condition, you can see that it grows from a very pinkish yellow color, and because it is under constant grow light, it has a very significant variegation, and it's very interesting because it started with this deep purple yellowy color, and then it will slowly emerge into the color that looks like in the older leaves, for example this one. But this made to the top 10 Hoya for the month is because of the significant growth and also the very interesting color combination that comes out. First, red in color. It's really pretty. The next one over here is Hoya nicholsoniae New Guinea Ghost. If you remember, this is included in the unboxing video purchased from Grow Jungle. At the time when I received it, it is pretty buffled up. It doesn't really have any new signs of new growth point, and also the leaf looks pretty bad. However, I have checked the roots at the time and then repotted into pond. The roots are very healthy. It's just the existing leaf has been through a journey. However, it is such a fast grower, and also the growth point is not only one, it is multiple new growth point on the same node. If you can see here, these two leaves are new. That is an entirely new leaf, and also this entire vine is grown under my condition after I have repotted it into pond. It is very pretty because under grow light, and I believe under natural sunlight as well, it will have this light silver color together with a combination of purple. If you see, it actually has shimmer on the leaf. You can see it in this angle. The coloration is just like shiny leaves. It is really pretty. That's why it made up to the top 10 for the month, both because of the pretty leaf and also the very resilient growing pattern. Another one made to my top 10 favorite, it is this new one, Hoya Yuennanensis. The reason why it made to the top 10, it is because of the significant growth structure. If you remember, this one is a cutting that I got around 2 months ago, and right after I placed it in a Ziploc bag, it already pushed out a lot of air roots. But in this video you can see how many new leaf has already been grown. And also the new leaf, it is super cute because it is almost like purple in color. It started purple and then it will slowly turn into a lime green color, just like these ones. And after a while, it will turn into the dark green, just like the original leaves it has. But yeah, this one, it is impressive because this one node has grown 2 growth points, and each growth point has a pair of new leaf and also a pair of new stem. This one over here is Hoya GPS 7240. The reason why it made to my top 10 favorite for the month is because of the grapes-like structure. Look at this amazing coloring. It grows really special because you see that each nodes are very close to each other. It makes it even more like a string of grapes, if you understand what I meant. It has a very interesting outer part because it almost looks like it's fuzzy on the edge, and then it has a very deep purple color together with some splash. It just makes it a very much like an eatable Hoya. Last Hoya on the list is this one, Hoya Carmelae. This one is an import I got from ASEAN Plant Export. At the time when I received it, it is pretty large already. However, after around 4 months, I would say, it has grown a lot more healthily. And also you can see the reason why I really like it this month is because it has this very nice sun-stressed leaf coloring. The edge is dark purple, almost like black, and then inside it is the green color. But the most significant reason why I am so drawn to this Hoya this month is because it has a peduncle grown. I heard that for Hoya Carmelae, it is not that easy to bud up, so I'm really happy to see there is actually a peduncle forming. I will definitely make a recording if I manage to flower Carmelae. Thank you very much to stay until now. I wish you enjoy this series and probably learn something from this video and have an idea of what kind of Hoyas you would like to get. If you are interested in this type of content and you don't want to miss out next time when I post a new video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss out next time. Until next time, I wish everyone is having a great day, and I'll see you next time.